Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials on any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com.
Managing this, right? Maybe I made a mistake. Yeah, should be okay now. PHP code, this is the PHP code, echo, do this. And why is the syntax not highlighted correctly? Yeah, I'm not closing the character strings, right? Here you go. Okay, so print the user agent. Index.php, right? Now, if I go here and go to port 8080, not here, this is not my web server. This one is my web server. That was 8080. So it displays my index.html, and I say now I want to browse to what was the file name, index.php, and it prints something, right? It prints the user agent here, right? You can also add any PHP code that you want, index.php, and you can also say, well, hopefully this works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I can say PHP info. There is a function called PHP info which can print information about the PHP that is installed. Don't know if it will work or if it will not, but yep. So you see here, it prints the PHP information as well, right? So you install PHP on the server and it enables the PHP mods, and then you can write your PHP code, and that is also displayed here. So as I was mentioning initially, any PHP code or any backend scripts you have in Python as well, you can write your CGI scripts, and then Apache Web Server will execute that file, generate a static HTML, and then serve it to the clients. Okay, so you can try this later with PHP or Perl or any other language as well. Right, now a question to you: how do we make sure that this index.php is displayed by default when I go to this server? Can you guys let me know? If I go to etc Apache 2 sites enabled DevOps school. Okay. Can we do something here to display the PHP file?
Can change the directory index.
Yes, we can change that. Let's say I remove this directory index. Directory index is not defined. And if I remove this, it's going to display the default HTML, right? But now I want to display the index.php. Well, I can add back the directory index and say index.php, or I can globally modify the mods enabled, modify the dir mod and say look for index.php before you look for index.html. Yeah, I can do that as well. I don't know what I did. So I can say look for index.php before you look for index.html. So this will change the global behavior of the entire Apache web server. So wherever, on whichever web server it finds index.php, it will display that first. Restart, and if I press F5, and it displays my index.php. Right, so this is all I had for our HTTP web server introduction. Hopefully it makes sense for you. Questions before we part? And also feedback to the session. Was the feedback beneficial, too fast, too slow? Session, did it make sense?
This is all we had for Apache, or we will have another session for this.
No, the next session will be for Nginx.
Okay. Actually, can we have something like Apache rewrite here? I mean, how can we use this Apache rewrite?
What do you mean by rewrite? You want redirecting?
Yes, redirecting. I mean, because for example, like suppose we have two different contexts, and then we want to use one particular web URL to access. How can we define in Apache?
Okay. So if we go to the documentation here, and let's go to virtual hosts, right? So when you create a virtual host documentation, you can specify your server name. Okay. So for example, I can go to this. Where is this? Yeah. In this virtual host, I can specify a server name here, right? So what this would mean is that your DNS corresponds to this server, and whenever this server will be hit on port 8080, it will be displayed here, right? You can have multiple DNS entries pointing to the same server, so it can help with that. Or if you have multiple IP addresses configured on a single server, and your server is hit from that, any of those IP addresses, then this server will be displayed, or this configuration will be used. You can also give server.alias or server alias. Right, and here you can say, well, instead of www.example.com, I want to also call this server as example.com, right, or myexample.com. So this could be your server names. These are the various server names that you want to give for your internal reference to this server, right? And then what you can do is you can do yep, you can rewrite or redirect your requests. If it reaches at some place, you can redirect it to some other place, right? You can also redirect it to a different server as well. For example, let's say let's go back here. If we redirect on, and any request coming to index.php, for example, will be redirected to index.html. So what I'm doing here is I'm enabling rewrite or redirect. And I say, if there's a request coming for index.php, redirect it to index.html. Yep. And if I have 5, okay, it's not redirecting. So ideally what should happen is index.php is being hit by default. So it should be redirected to index.html. Right. Maybe I'll mention this specifically, index.php. Okay, not coming here. Let me see the configuration again.
Maybe after this restart needed.
Oh, did I not restart? Ah, yeah, I did not restart. Okay, it's failed. Restart failed. So there is some missing configuration. Let's see that. Var log error. No, Apache error dot log. First, let's see this. It does not show me much. Let's see general CTL. Failed to start. Invalid command rewrite engine. Or module is not included. Yeah, so let's include the module as well. Mod rewrite has to be included. All right, so let's include this module. We have rewrite, and let's include it then. Yep, rewrite is not included, so I will say let's create a link. And the link is your target and the link name, right? So I will say target is rewrite or /mods available rewrite, and so I just create a I misspell it, but it's okay. Yeah, spelling does not matter here. Let's do a restart. Let's see if it works. It again failed. Cannot access directly Apache to Apache log dir. Did I make something here? Make some change here. Apache log dir. Okay, let's open it.
There was a misspell in the file actually. There was Apache.
Apache2.conf. Apache log dir. It is the Apache2. What is this? Cannot access directory Apache log dir. Okay. Did I mention this somewhere? Oh, okay.
So it was
Maybe.
mentioned somewhere.
Yeah. I think in the sites enabled. Yeah.
Yes, here.
Okay. Save it. Restart. Okay, so restart is successful now. Let's see if this works. Yep. So you see, I am trying to browse index.php and it redirects me to index.html. This content is coming from index.html, right? So this is how you can redirect from one document to another document internally. So how did I do it? First is we need to enable the rewrite module. So I enabled the rewrite module by symlinking to it in the mods enabled directory. And then we go to sites enabled, and in our website here, yeah, in our web server configuration, I said that rewrite engine is on, and I want to create this rule that any hit on index.php should be redirected to index.html. Or I could make it reverse also. Anyone trying to access index.html will be redirected to index.php. Was this the question?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. So any more questions?
How can we work on the security spec with respect to Apache? Apart from, like, we have used here the authentication type as basic. Apart from
Yes.
this, what are the security stuff that we can work on here?
So first is definitely your firewalls, right? Um, Definitely define the rules in your firewalls. Don't open up unnecessary ports. And then you should really think before you enable any server-side execution. For example, PHP code base and all that. PHP is highly susceptible to attacks because it is an executable. You hit a PHP website, it executes a code on your system. So ensure that whatever you're writing on your PHP is something that you really want to do. Yeah. And then you should also disable your, displaying your server information on your error pages or your log files. No, logs is okay, but yeah, on your error pages and all that. So disable your server info and server status and server signature, anything, right? You should also disable your directory listing. So if you remember when index.php or myindex.html was not found, the server just listed the contents of the directory. That's the default behavior, right? So
Okay.
we don't want to display the directory. So for example, if index.php is not found or index.html is not found, for example, it will display all our directories, DevOps school, and if I just rename or create this backup, yeah, my index.html also. No, index.html also. .html, index.html backup. Now, if I go to this website, it's not found, so maybe I'll just remove the redirect also. Let's remove this redirect. Let's comment it out. Now, because there is no index.html or index.php, I just browse to this, and what do I see? I see this, the complete content of the directory. Now, this is again a security loophole because you are exposing your entire directory structure here, and anybody can click on anything and then access this application or access the content. So you should remove it. Right now, how do you remove it? Is just disable the indexing. Right, so you can say somewhere here, options and -index. I don't want to display the indexes if nothing is found. So I restart Apache and I go here. Okay, not here. I did not specify the correct place. Here. Yeah, so you see now directory is not displayed because we don't have permission to display the content of this directory. Either I specify a file or I specify something in well, nothing is there or what. Yeah, I think I renamed many things. Yeah, like this you can expect some content to be displayed. Yeah, so this is something that you can do. Again, you can remove following symlinks. If there are symlinks in your directory, you don't want to enable them, you should do that. So yeah, there is also something called as mod security for Apache. So explore this also to enable all the security aspects on Apache as well. Okay, this is something which comes to my mind right now.
Okay.
Anything specific that you were looking for?
Like configuring the SSL in this Apache.
Well, yeah, that's the different thing. That's not securing Apache itself. That's securing your web communication. So SSL, obviously, yes, you need to use OpenSSL or any other utility to set up your certificates and enabling encrypted and trusted communication. Yep, you can do SSL as well. Yes. Well, I did not include SSL in the discussion today because it also involves setting up the certificates and all, and I don't think we had time to talk about SSL. So that's why I avoided it. That's a different topic. But yeah, you can enable SSL or HTTPS based communication here, as we mentioned on port 443. Yeah. Anything else? So in the next session, day after tomorrow, we will see how we achieve most of these things via Nginx. And we will also see how we can set up proxy via Nginx. Right. Although it is not mentioned in the content here, we will see how we use proxy in Nginx because that's the most common use case of using Nginx here. Make sense? Are CGI bins still used? This I'm not sure. I don't think so. Yeah. But there are still modules for CGI, right? So mod CGI is still there. Not CGI bin, but yeah, mod CGI is still there. Yeah. Okay, then thank you for your time today.
Thanks for watching. Want to study further? Join our training programs today.